Hello, guys. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natassia.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome, welcome.
Hey, guys.
We missed you.
Yes.
Missed y'all.
You all have no idea how excited we are.
Yes.
It's super exciting.
Yes.
And this is a good one.
This is. Okay. We're doing celebrity hookups and breakups.
There have been a lot of them.
So there have, a few big ones.
That's what I was going to say. A few very noteworthy.
So first, hookups.
Okay.
Trevor Noah and Dua Lipa. Is that how you say her name?
I never know how to say her name, but I did see this.
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting a
little
little
concerned.
concerned.
Canoodling.
Yes, they were.
And he broke up with, who was the girlfriend?
One that they bought that massive house together.
And I see her face. Who was the girlfriend?
I don't remember her name.
I can't remember her name.
Y'all know who she was.
Gosh. Y'all know. Look it up, Natasha.
I am.
But anyway, they broke up. And they were kind of off and on. It seemed
That's what someone else said.
And then, I'm not sure. But he and Dua had a little canoodling session. So it is reported that they're kind of hooking up. What was her name?
Girl, it's showing all of his little girlfriends. So.
Well, just
was it Minka Kelly?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
that's it. Who I think is adorable, and I really like her. Like I know her. Like I'm talking like I know her.
He definitely has a type.
You think,
girl? Yes.
I think Dua's not. I don't see that.
Minka Kelly, Jordan Taylor, and Danny Gabriel all kind of fall into the same thing.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you, this is my concern with this. Now, listen, you all know I've picked Trevor Noah.
It's a rebound.
I think it's a rebound. Okay.
And you when you're rebounding, you kind of step outside of your type.
But, okay, my thing is, Trevor's getting older. The women he dates are getting younger. Yeah. It's getting real Leonardo DiCaprio-ish. Yeah. And y'all know, both of them have been my sexiest man alive. I love me some Leonardo DiCaprio. I have to turn my eye at who he's dating because they look 12 years old, But Trevor Noah's kind of getting into the same trend where there's a gap.
Well, the only good thing with that, Trevor looks so young. He has one of those baby faces. He just doesn't really age.
He does, but
so he can do it a few more years before it really looks bad.
We're gonna get by 4 years.
Now Leo looking bad because Leo's not aging that.
Leo's been acting since Jesus. He ain't young.
I know he's not young, and he doesn't look young now. But I'm saying he for a while he did, and he doesn't anymore. So that's for me.
And I'm going to say this.
It starts bothering me when you don't look.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Because Leonardo DiCaprio is pushing 50.
Yeah.
He's pushing 50,
Trevor,
but your girlfriends are still 19.
I'm not mad.
You're not mad.
The jury's out.
The jury's out. That's fine.
Okay, this is a good one. Y'all, Khloe Kardashian.
Lord, I knew it.
Was seen canoodling with 365 days. Isn't that it?
Yes.
Star. Okay, if I butcher his name, y'all forgive me. I think it's Michelle Marone.
I don't know.
Or it might be Michael.
It could be Michael.
But it is kind of spelled like Michelle. And he is either French or Italian or something, so I'm sure the pronunciation is a little different.
We have long said she needs to change her type.
Well, okay, now there's some really good pluses for this. It was at the Dolce & Gabbana fashion show, and they were kind of hugged up a little bit, and there was some speculation. But y'all, he sounds promising. Number one, have y'all seen him? He's really handsome. 365, isn't it 365 days? I saw the movie and I can't even tell you. I just remember 365, but it's kind of 50 Shades of Grayish.
It is,
but a little more sexed up. It was a lot.
It is
for me
because
and really, I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm, know.
No, it was
a lot. It was rough and, kind of mafia. So there was kind of violence with it and, kidnapping.
All the stuff you like.
So it wasn't consensual. It was kind of a, get kidnapped, but then she falls for the kid, one of those.
But yeah, it's 365 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he is very handsome. He's 31, divorced with 2 kids. So that's in her.
That's is in her thing. Yes.
So
he's not a basketball player.
Right.
Woohoo! Right. Guys, she needs to leave that alone.
Right. And he was discovered being either a handyman or like a landscaping person. Somebody just, he's just
they just
gorgeous.
saw him and said, Lord, he's beautiful.
Yes. And
let's
I think
see if he can do anything else.
He had a side hustle of acting, but I don't know.
Right.
I guess he hadn't really,
taken
made
off
it yet. But I'm not mad at this for Chloe. And even if it's a rebound, baby, get your thing on. You hear me? That's a good one to get it with. Wouldn't you think?
This is my thing.
He's really, if y'all see the show, if he's anything like that in real life, he's really kind of rough. Which might be fun, especially for a rebound.
Listen, we've talked about this.
Not my jam. But,
some people are vanilla, some people are rocky road. Okay, if you want to do your rocky road, do it. And
I'm softened rocky road.
I do.
Like, that's a little, some of that was a little much.
I'm a little melted.
Like, whoa. That's a lot.
Listen, she's still young and limber, and she can do all that.
Right. I ain't mad at her.
But I'm glad. She went outside of her type, and I think her type is what was causing a lot of her heartache, and that's just kind of all I'll say to that.
Agreed.
So I'm like, if you want different results, you have to do something different. Right. Doesn't mean it's going to be happily ever after. We are not saying that. We're just saying step out of your comfort zone, do something different, and see where it goes.
And I love that he already has kids.
Yes.
That takes that pressure off.
Yes. Because they both have 2 kids.
Right. So, like, that's good.
That's done.
He's divorced, so that kind of takes that edge, off of, like, got to get married. Or
he's not in a situationship or something crazy.
Right. So, this is promising.
I'm excited.
We're going to keep you updated on it. It's promising. Okay, Brad Pitt is dating Emily Ratajkowski, who's a model. Well, it's alleged. It's alleged that they are. Wait,
I am so
dating.
behind. Maternity leave has done me wrong.
Of course, she's gorgeous and Brad's gorgeous.
Old is she? Stop this. Stop
but
it.
Y'all, this is me. I just expect more from people. Like, do we have to just do the same old what everybody does? I want you to do something different. You know
what? We've praised him before.
To ask.
It's too much. Like, right?
Yeah.
We've praised him before. I've praised him again. Keanu Reeves. Thank you.
Yes.
For dating someone who you can truly hold a conversation with. Someone who is beautiful but age appropriate. I mean, because when you said it, I'm
just like, not so typical. Everybody, like a model. Like, that's the thing.
She was born in 1991.
Oh.
Do you understand? I already had an ID card.
I have a child that
old. A whole...
And he could have a child that old.
You better ask somebody, because Interview with the Vampire came out when?
Brad is my age, yeah.
Oh, okay. Man.
So, okay, whatever. Que sera, sera.
Oh, she's married. She's separated,
well,
I guess.
yes.
Okay,
so
I'm struggling with this, guys.
We'll
Sorry.
see. So the breakups. Tia Mowry, and she filed for divorce from her husband of 14 years, Corey Harditt. So it seems to be amicable, because this just today, or in the last couple of days, I saw something where she posted something and she gave him a shout out, and he said something, did the little heart back, and then she said, I love you. So I don't think it was probably a contentious thing or cheating or anything. It just might have been it came to its end. So we wish them well. I hate to hear
that one. Now that one actually hurt my heart. I was like, no. So
and we didn't remember if we talked, Pete and Kim, that's over.
Yeah, we could not remember if we
speculated about that. That was probably just a moment. But, fun was had, I'm sure, on both sides.
Yes. And can we just say,
we're still...
Cover your ears, kids.
We're still got our fingers crossed for Pete. With somebody great.
I do.
Yeah.
First off, I mean, Pete has been my crush. Pete was my crush before the Kim thing. But can we just say, when Prince, if you all don't know this, I'm a huge Prince fan, and he's like my all-time love of my life, and has been since I was a child. And I used to joke, I'm like, some of these dudes, some of these women, I mean, they just have magic parts. Pete, whatever Pete has, is Pete has
played it with a whistle
on the end, and people are ready to blow it. Okay, because Pete has been with some heavy hitters.
He really has.
Kate Beckinsale. I mean, come on.
But then Kim referenced that too about how he's got such a good heart.
And he seems like someone who he's into you when he's into you. Right. And that's intoxicating.
It is. And a good heart, that shows you just being nice.
Yeah.
Gets you places.
Yes, it does.
Just being nice.
Yeah. Places other folks ain't been.
Right? Okay, Sylvester Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin, she filed for divorce.
Yes.
But then shortly after they reconciled. So yay them.
Yes.
They've been married a very long time. They have 3 grown daughters. Yes. And so I'm happy to see that. Nia Long's fiance, Boston Celtics coach. Y'all, I'm going to mess up his name. Ime, maybe? Mm-hmm. It's Ime, and then Udoka, I believe, is his last name. Udoka. Y'all know I'm not a sporty person. So, but from what my son tells me, he's a great coach. He's taken the Celtics to new places. Mm-hmm. So he's doing great things, and he's very young. But he was suspended amid cheating scandal. Mm-hmm. So he allegedly had an affair with another member of the team's staff. So it's wrong all the way around, but you kind of have to wonder where the suspension came in, because people are doing that kind of stuff with folk every day, all day, and they don't get fired or suspended or whatever.
So from what I read, it's the chain of command situation.
Okay.
It's that had a lot to do with it.
And sometimes you're not supposed to fraternize within the...
And that is within the contract.
Right. So that was probably the problem.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so we wish Nia Long...
She did post yesterday. She posted to Instagram recently.
Maybe they can work it out. I hope so. But if not, oh well. There's some stuff you can't get over, but if you can, I wish them both well.
My issue with it,
maybe he's learned his lesson.
I think my biggest issue with it is, why would you risk me, y'all? This is just me.
That's a man. Well, no, women do that too.
Women do it too, and I
think that's the thrill of it.
This is just little old Natasha. I'm not going to risk my money.
Well, but that's the.
Is that the thrill of it?
I think the gambling, it's like exhibitionists.
Go ride a roller coaster
out in the, somewhere in public place.
People, so go jack off in the field, go ride
going. I don't know. Not my jam.
I'm not risking my money.
I'm risk averse, so
I am not. Shannon Sharp had the cutest. I love Shannon Sharp. That's just chocolate drop all day, and he had the cutest saying, and it was something like, his grandfather told him, you never put your dick where your wallet is.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm using this. And I told my husband. Don't shit
where you sleep.
Yes. I told my husband, I said, I'm using this. And he was, of course, he was cracking up. But I said, that's it. That was my whole thing with it.
It's just sad. You just don't want to see people cheat, but
Well, that too. But you know what? I think we should take this as a learning opportunity. And this is the reminder of, whatever you're doing, I want you to do it for you. Because it doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are. It doesn't matter how much fame or notoriety or money you make. If someone is going to cheat, they're going to cheat.
Yeah.
And if you've been cheated on and you're someone who is really grappling with, why did this happen? Why? I really want you to hear me when I say it's not you. And I know that probably sounds cliche.
That's a deal breaker for you. Now, I'm going to be honest. I mean, would I want that to happen to me? Absolutely not. But I think I could forgive a indiscretion. Now, I'm not talking about you have
an affair,
a side chick, and you've had her, and you've got a whole nother family across town. I'm not talking about that.
Right.
I'm talking about maybe you were traveling somewhere and something happened.
Lisa's nicer than me, y'all.
No, I'm saying, do I want that? No. But I could forgive that because I can understand how stuff like that happens. But this seems to have been
ongoing,
an affair.
Right.
Which that's problematic for me. And
right, because that
might be the deal.
You have
breaker.
Had multiple lapses in judgment at that point.
That's been a relationship.
That's a whole other relationship.
So, and if it says fiance, so that alludes to exclusivity.
Very much so.
So, there's a discrepancy here, so that's a problem.
A big one.
I'm not going to get in that.
Yeah.
We wish Nia well. I wish her fiance and maybe former fiance well.
And her boys.
Lessons learned on both sides.
Yes. I definitely agree.
Okay, the big one is Giselle and Tom, y'all. Oh, yes. Tom Brady and his wife, Giselle. Pronounce her last name for me, but it's Bunchen.
They know who she is.
What's her names? Well, they've both hired divorce lawyers, so it's not looking real good. But I have a whole spin on this, y'all.
Tell me, I want to know.
Okay, I don't know if it's a gender specific thing or exactly how it goes down. It usually happens with men, but that has just been because I think women haven't had access to these kind of powerful type careers.
Okay.
But usually in a relationship, there's one partner where a great investment of time, training, money has gone into their career. So there is sometimes a spoken and sometimes unspoken contract of, we're both going to get behind this because this is where all the money, the training, expense, the resources have gone.
Right.
And then we get a return on
investment.
Need this to work.
Right.
And usually the return on investment is greater.
Yes.
So we're going to do
and it's supposed to be mutual.
Yeah. And that, men have been the beneficiaries of that system.
Yes.
For, time immortal. Just because, like I said, women
didn't have access to the roles.
We did.
Right.
We did it. There were glass ceilings and not, all kinds of things. So the problem with that is, and I heard Bishop Jakes saying, and I can't say it any better, so I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to tell you what he said about marriage is like two novels. And that is the best that I have heard it described. Everyone has their own story and your own plot going on and your own, antagonist and some conflict and all these things going on, each person individually. And of course you have crossover events,
right?
Things intermingle and go back and forth, but you are your own distinct entity.
Yes.
And the problem is people with powerful positions or powerful careers tend to think that the people around them are supporting actors in their story.
Yes.
And that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a problem because, and we see it not just with Tom and Giselle.
Oh, this is real life too. I mean, this is
think about the royals.
And I'm not trying to put them down. That is their real life. But I mean, this is everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's this everywhere. This is everywhere because
you should do this because this is what looks good.
Right, right.
In my
story. And they need the help. And like I said, because the time and the money and the resources have gone to this one person's career, it does make sense to get behind them. And for a while, you might not mind doing that. Do I want to do it forever and ever?
Like you said, you have your
not.
own novel.
Right.
So when do you step back into your novel?
And I think that is Giselle's role.
I agree with you.
And then even though Giselle is for sure enough her own story.
Baby.
And she makes more than Tom. She's worth $400 million and he's worth $2 million. And she doesn't have to get hurt to do it. Now, that's what would be my thing. Like, you can sit home. I can go work. I'm not going to get a concussion.
Baby, she just shows up.
I'm not going to break my leg.
Right.
I'm just going to, So.
Could have some life-altering
I guess,
injury.
We don't know the ins and outs, but, I'm just saying historically speaking, this is so typical in relationships where, we're going to do you because you've worked hard to get where you are.
Yeah.
We've put all these resources behind into this. You have a great return on investment. You have a short window to do it.
Yes.
And so let's do you.
Yes.
And lots of wives, few husbands. I mean, there are some husbands that have done it, but it's usually women that do it. But do you want to do it forever and ever? Probably not.
And I just want to say, when I saw his age, Now, I knew he'd been playing forever, okay? And even though in most recent years, I have not had the time, but I used to be a huge football fan, travel all over the U.S., go to games, just a big football fan. I've seen him play. And when I saw his age, because again, I knew, I'm like, he's been playing forever. I cannot imagine being in her role for that many years. So I could almost promise you the conversation has been had. Okay, baby, when I get to this age, I'm going to step away. I'm going to have some time.
Well, and he retired.
Yes.
He retired and then came out of retirement. Yes. So that seems to be some of the issues. And that seems to be
the straw that broke the camel's back.
Both of their careers have a shelf life.
Yes.
That's the sad thing. She's not an attorney or physician. You can do it for a long time. She has made good investments, too. I mean, she has, but I'm just saying if she wants to be in modeling, that's not a...
Oh, yeah. There's a shelf. There's an expiration date for sure.
There is. Yes. That's an NFL, too. Not for long.
Not for long.
And so she, she might want to get back in that, and she knows that she's kind of on a...
And it's like, hey, I have supported you this whole time.
Yes. And so she wanted him, and I don't... we don't know the conversations. We don't know. But it seems to be, I was doing the kids. I'm going to your games. I'm doing our life. Right. I'm making our life work.
I am the supporting actress.
Right. So in your retirement, you're going to help make this life work.
Right.
So and then that did not happen. Well, we see the same thing in the Royals.
Yes.
This is kind of playing out.
Yes.
We see all kinds of stories about Harry and Meghan, about King Charles now. It's king since the Queen has passed away.
Oh, yes.
But their role, King Charles, Queen Elizabeth, their role is so big. They need all these supporting actors around them. And it kind of seems, of course, we're not there, but, this is what I'm seeing just from the outside looking in. Harry is kind of like, I just want to do my own thing. I'm not going to be king. Just let me do my thing. And they're kind of like, no, we need help with this. And that's where this contention comes in. And I totally agree. And in a lot of relationships, the thing is, everyone has their story. And no matter what your job is, whether you view it as really important, I did this and this and this to get here. If someone's a garbage collector, their story is still important.
Yes. Their novel matters.
Right. You have this one wild and precious life, just one. You don't get a do-over.
Yeah.
So if this is not working for you, if they don't want to do that, that is their right not to do it.
Yes.
And you get your own folks.
Yes.
This plays out in not just marriages, but with people's children.
Yes.
This kid got to be an athlete, and maybe the kid doesn't want to be an athlete.
They don't want anything to do with it.
But your story, you saw yourself as a parent of a football player or a baseball player.
Begin to you impose on them. Yes.
So this plays out in a lot of
different types of relationships. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
I think you're very right with going back to Tom Brady and Giselle. And unlike in the past, she got the money to walk. Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, if she didn't ask him for jack diddly squat, she ain't hurting.
No.
Now let's
you're right.
She's not.
And there's people that have walked without a dime to their name, and it's still, you just need out. You know what I'm saying? Because you have your one life to live. One life,
yes.
And
you look up and your pages are
holiday,
blank.
You remember the quote, like, be a leading lady in your own life.
Yes.
And that's really, that's the gist of it. You need to be your own leading person in your life story.
Yes.
And if a person is gracious enough to help you with that, just know that it's not obligatory. They don't have to do that.
That's right.
And then when it's time for them not to do that, you need to be okay with it.
Yes.
Whoever it is, whether it's a
appreciative
spouse,
through
a
and
kid,
through.
Or whatever, everybody has their one life to live.
And they have their own stinking story.
Right. Yeah. And your story can't be so big
that it leaves them with nothing.
I mean, and when you think about it, we're not, I am an Anglophile. I love England and all things English, Jane Austen, all the things. I really don't understand the royal system, and it's just kind of weird to me. But is anybody's job that important when you think you need all these people around you propping you up and doing your stuff because you are not whatever enough to do it by yourself.
And you are no less the king or queen with this person not there.
Right.
I think that was when I was reading about, and people are like, oh, it's so selfish of him. And what would his mother think? First off, his mom isn't here.
She walked too.
What, baby? Okay.
Just because it's a palace doesn't mean it's a happy place.
It don't mean, listen, she ran in that field day. She put on that black dress and she walked off. Okay. Yes. So, but again, those are things we can state as a fact because they happen. Yes. It's documented history, but we can't say how she would feel. How she would feel still has no bearing on how he feels. Again, you're trying to write him into her story. Well, what would Princess Di think? We don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't change his feelings. And there were so many publications that wrote this as selfish. There was another one that was like, well, he contributed to the queen's death. I'm like, do you know how long the queen has been the queen? Y'all, my mom is 80. She was alive when the queen was a grown woman. I mean, really, she was almost the queen at that point. Spoiler alert, she was not going to live forever.
Yeah.
She was not going to live forever. If anything contributed, it was probably the death of her spouse, which we see
and she had COVID at one point. She did. And we don't know the effects. She was 96, y'all.
Right.
Her death certificate, which came out recently, it noted old age.
Of course, she's 96 years old.
You know, that didn't have anything.
Had nothing to do with. But then again, you're still blaming him. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're still making him this supporting thing. Like, this peg moved.
This is a problem in a lot of situations, and you just see it. And so, examine y'all's hearts. You know, I know I have to. I have 4 kids, and you know, it's easy to lapse into that.
Yeah.
As people supporting members, supporting actors in your story, in your plot, and
because of course your plot matters to you, but it can't be that.
It can't be that.
Yeah.
So
be mindful.
That's too.
Kind of check yourself.
Giselle, I wish her well. Y'all know I ain't never been a Tom Brady fan. We're not gonna go back over that, but he just ain't my cup of tea.
We're not gonna mow that grass again.
But Giselle, I wish her well. Tom, is it worth it? That's what I would ask you. You've done everything. You've won everything. Why?
Yeah.
That's my
play until you're 45.
Why? You've come out unscathed. You've not had any bad injuries,
major injury.
Boy, I would just take the money and run.
Yes, yes,
and just be glad it was so great.
And hold on to the
records.
And he's
not winning this. It's kind of a
hold on to the records while you have them. But
it's kind of a sad thing. You know you're losing your wife and your family, and now you're in something you're not even winning, and what a concussion might be next.
Right. And I'm like, Lord, don't let no injuries happen.
Right.
And then it's like, what did I do?
And he's mid-40s.
He's 45.
Yeah.
Which in football, for those of you that don't watch football, in football, this man is like 67 years old. And I'm not exaggerating,
even
guys.
45, if you're not doing anything, 45 doesn't snap back like 25.
You better ask somebody.
It just doesn't. Okay.
I told my husband, I was like, woo. A baby at 36 is not the same as a baby at 31. And that's not even that far apart. Yeah. But I'm telling you, there are some differences.
Your body is different. So we wish them well. But this is
it's a lesson for everyone.
It is.
It's a lesson for everyone.
It really is. Yeah. People just can't do it forever.
Yeah. They
can't be your supporting people forever.
No, they can't. And it's not fair to ask them to be.
No. Up next, our picks for the sexiest man alive. But first, a message from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee.
Okay, so I have two, but I'm only going to pick one.
Okay.
And they're not a musician.
What?
And they're not tatted up. Look at me. I'm growing, y'all. Gosh. I went on break. I had time to crush on people and get on the internet.
She's stepping outside of her zone,
am stepping
y'all.
out. I'm gonna go with Shannon Sharp.
Oh yeah. He's so cute.
I love Shannon Sharp. He has aged so well.
Yes.
I really, just some of his advice, and he's very funny to me anyway. And he gives Stephen A. Smith a run for his money, which I love because Stephen A. Smith is such a Cowboys hater. But like Shannon Sharp just brings common sense in, and he inserts it everywhere.
Being the adult in the room.
Being the adult. Yes, he is the adult in the room. So I remember the first time I saw him, I was like, whoa. And my mom was like, are you watching the game? Or I was like, who is that?
Fills out that suit really well.
My mom was like, she's getting older, Dennis. Like, she's looking at my dad like, this is no longer just football to her. I was like, oh yes, this is nice. This is great. So mine is, that's who I'm going to go with this week.
Yes. Well, I can feel
who
that
you
too.
got?
I picking Bobby Flay.
You just want to be pampered, right?
Well, I'm kind of digging guys that cook.
You are. You're on this
lately.
thing.
Here lately, guys who cook are kind of cool. But he's handsome. He's had a few wives, and
wait, has he really?
Yeah. I don't know. I think he kind of, sort of is a playboy. What allegedly? We don't know. But
but it doesn't matter because
really
he's just the sexiest man alive this week.
He can cook, and that's all good to me.
That's all that matters. Because it's just for a week.
Right.
It's just for a week.
Age appropriate.
He has
a grown daughter.
Oh, does he?
And they have a show.
Oh, yes.
They have a show.
We talked about this.
I want to say, is it where did they go? I think it was California. They were in California and they're going to different places and
Cali
trying
or New York?
food. I want to say California.
Why am I mixing this up? I have not seen it, guys. Lisa told me about this.
But he lives in New York. So
maybe that's what I'm mixing up.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it, but
guys, I'm nursing at night, so just a little grace.
Yeah.
Which
I haven't seen it either.
I haven't seen it. You just told me about it. Yeah.
But he's cute. I'm gonna watch it.
Well, guys, we so missed you guys. And hopefully there are a few of you all that are joining us later this evening. We are going to have our Pink chat, and you'll see more about Pink going forward on our Instagram. There's also a tab at the top of our webpage. If you're like, what the heck is Pink? You can jump over to areyoufreeforcoffee.com to check it out. Thank you all for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.
Part of the Boundless Audio Podcast Network.